violence attacks, live streamers, one robbed, another murdered. In the dazzling neon world of live streaming, where individuals shine and connect with millions, a dark undercurrent exists, where obsession, manipulation, and violence run rampant. Two horrifying stories from March 2025, involving famous streamers Amouranth and Airi Sato, expose the vulnerabilities of those living publicly online. These incidents, one in Houston, Texas, and another in Tokyo, Japan, demonstrate how fame, wealth, and digital connectivity can lead to chaos, leaving no one truly innocent. The bloody Shinjuku case, Airi Sato's tragedy. On the morning of March 11, 2025, the bustling Shinjuku district in Tokyo witnessed one of the most horrific murders in Japanese streaming history. Airi Sato, a famous streamer on the Who Watch platform, became the victim of a brutal killing right before thousands of online viewers. The story begins with the complex relationship between Airi and a fan named Kenichi Tako. In December 2021, Kenichi, a 42-year-old man, started following Airi's stream. Initially just an ordinary viewer, he quickly became a significant financial supporter. Kenichi began sending large amounts of money, up to 100,000 yen monthly, approximately $1,000. Airi quickly recognized the opportunity and began manipulating Kenichi. She requested he take out loans to transfer money directly to her account, promising repayment, a promise she never intended to keep. Kenichi borrowed over 2.5 million yen, equivalent to $222,000, from lending companies. His family fell into debt, with his parents' address used as the payment location. Airi showed no concern for Kenichi's circumstances, even publicly flaunting her wealth and announcing an engagement on stream. Although Kenichi won a lawsuit forcing Airi to repay the money, she completely ignored the ruling. She even mocked him on stream, calling him an overzealous anti-fan. These actions pushed Kenichi to the brink of desperation. On March 11th, Airi decided to live stream in the Shinjuku area. Kenichi, tracking her location through the stream, traveled from Oyama Station and pursued her for 2 hours. Approximately 6,000 viewers were watching Airi's stream, entirely unaware of the impending tragedy. At the scene, Kenichi brutally attacked Airi. Police later discovered she was stabbed over 30 times in the neck, chest, and shoulders. The entire process was recorded live, with Kenichi's hoarse voice repeatedly asking, "Are you dead yet?" When police arrived, Kenichi made no attempt to flee. Standing calmly at the scene, awaiting arrest, he stated in his initial confession, "I admit it was me, but I didn't intend to kill her. I lent her over 2 million yen, but she never paid me back." Amouranth's Houston robbery. Globally, in Houston, Texas, another streamer faced a violent challenge. On March 2nd, 2025, Caitlin Siragusa, known as Amouranth, awoke to loud noises in her house. What followed was a horrifying home invasion that tested her resilience and quick reflexes, all captured by surveillance cameras. Houston is a vast city with endless highways, diverse culture, and perpetual humidity. With over 145 languages spoken and a vibrant culinary scene, it represents opportunity and strength. However, its violent crime rate, 150% higher than the national average, casts a dark shadow over the city. On that warm March night, 4 teenagers saw an opportunity in Amouranth's fame and wealth, targeting her in what would ultimately become a disastrously failed robbery. Amouranth, born in Houston in 1993, is a streaming giant with over 6 million followers. Her journey began with a passion for art, gaming, and animals, leading her to costume design and cosplay. In 2015, she established a character company and joined Twitch, where her diverse content, cosplay, gaming, dancing, ASMR, and hot tub streams attracted viewers. By 2021, she was one of Twitch's most watched female streamers, occasionally suspended for pushing content boundaries. Her OnlyFans account generated over $33 million, and she invested in a gas station, an inflatable pool toy company, and a content creator matchmaking service. An animal lover, she dreamed of opening a wildlife preserve. In 2023, she hosted the Streamer Awards and signed with Kick, Twitch's competitor. Her assets included over $20 million in cryptocurrency, information she openly shared on social media, a decision that would prove fateful. At 10:51 p.m. on March 2nd, Amouranth was in bed when she heard two loud noises downstairs. Initially unsure if it was her dog or her husband Nick, she called him. He confirmed being on the property, but in a separate building. Moments later, a loud crash erupted, and 3 masked men burst into her bedroom, guns drawn. They struck her multiple times with gun butts, screaming, "Where's the crypto?" Their motivation was clear. They were targeting her cryptocurrency, likely due to her recent social media post, boasting about $20 million in Bitcoin. Unaware of the intruders, Amouranth was still on the phone with Nick, who could hear the chaos. Retreating to the bathroom, he equipped a staccato C2 pistol, donned a Kevlar vest, and prepared to act. Amouranth, cornered and beaten, realized the attackers were acting irrationally. Cryptocurrency isn't stored in physical safes, but on blockchain, inaccessible without complex keys. Buying time, she devised a plan to lead them to the building where Nick waited. Surveillance cameras captured the tense scene, an intruder dragging Amouranth by her hair through the kitchen, others following, screaming for cryptocurrency. She led them across the yard to Nick's man cave. Without direct communication, Amouranth and Nick's coordination was remarkable. As she opened the door and pressed herself against the wall, Nick stood at the top of the stairs in underwear and a bulletproof vest, gun aimed at the intruders. He yelled for Amouranth to duck, then fired 3 shots. Surprised, the robbers fled, one shouting, "I'm hit!" Nick chose safety over pursuit, pulling Amouranth into a secure room and barricading the door. Using her X account, he posted, "I'm being robbed at gunpoint. This is not a joke. Help!" A strategic move to ensure police would take the call seriously, given Amouranth's previous swatting incidents. Police arrived minutes later, securing the scene and confirming the intruder's escape. Amouranth suffered bruises and required 3 head stitches, but avoided serious injury. The only stolen item was her MacBook, which she later traced to a hospital, where she might have inadvertently encountered one of the attackers seeking treatment for a gunshot wound. The investigation led to the arrest of 4 suspects, aged 16 to 19, DeMarcus Morris Jr., Dylan Campbell, Brian Salazar Guerrero, and an unnamed minor. Salazar, the getaway driver, admitted to transporting the group to split potential cryptocurrency and dropping the wounded suspect at the hospital. Surveillance footage, stolen license plates, and a dark Toyota connected to the case helped police track them down. All 4 faced serious kidnapping and attempted deadly robbery charges. These cases, separated by continents, share a common thread: the risks of living under public scrutiny. Airi Sato's manipulation of a vulnerable fan leading to fatal revenge exposed the dark dynamics between streamers and fans. Amouranth's openness about her assets invited violent opportunists, testing her and her husband's resilience. Both stories emphasize the fragility of online fame, where admiration can transform into obsession or greed. In Shinjuku, flowers and light snacks marked Iris's death site, a heartbreaking reminder of unfinished dreams. In Houston, Amouranth and Nick face a long recovery path, their lives forever altered by one horrific night. As live streaming continues to blur public and private boundaries, these tragedies serve as a warning. In a hyper-connected world, no one is truly safe, and innocence is a rare commodity.